Surat An-Nahl, chapter of the bee. In the name of Allah, the merciful, the compassionate, the affair of Allah is come, seek not to hasten it. Glory be to him, and exalted be he away from all that they associate with him. He sendeth down the angels with the Spirit, which is part of his affair, upon whomsoever he willeth of his servants, that they may give the warning. There is no God but I, therefore show piety towards me. He hath created the heavens and the earth with the truth. Exalted be he away from all they associate with them. He hath created man from a drop, yet see, he is an open disputer. The cattle too he hath created for you, in which there is warmth and various uses, and from them do ye eat, which are good to look upon, as ye bring them home to rest, and as ye drive them out to pasture, which bear your heavy loads to a land which else ye would not reach, but with exhaustion of yourselves. Verily your Lord is kind and compassionate. Horses too, and mules and donkeys hath he created, that ye may ride them, and as an adornment. He createth what ye do not know. It is for law to set the direction of the way, and some off the course. But if he had so willed, he would have guided you altogether. He it is who hath sent down from the heaven water, from which ye have drunk, and drink, and from which comes the bush, on which ye pasture herds. Thereby he causeth to spring up for you sown crops and olives and palms and vines and all kinds of fruit. Surely, and that is a sign for people who reflect. He hath subjected to service for you the night and the day. The sun and the moon and the stars are made subject to service by his command. Surely therein are signs for a people who are intelligent. And what he hath multiplied by generation for you in the earth of various kinds, surely therein is a sign for people who call things to mind. He it is who hath subjected the sea to service, that from it ye may eat fresh flesh, and bring forth ornaments to wear. One sees the ships plowing through it, and it is that ye may seek his bounty. Mayhap ye will show gratitude. He hath cast upon the earth mountain peaks, lest it sway with you, and rivers and paths mayhap ye will guide. Yourselves, and landmarks, and by the stars they guide themselves. Is it then one who creates like one who creates not? Will ye not call things to mind? And if ye number the goodness of Allah, ye will not be able to count it. Allah is forgiving, compassionate, and Allah knoweth what ye keep secret and what ye make public. But those upon whom they call apart from Allah create nothing, being themselves created, dead, not alive. They are not aware when they will be raised up. Your God is one God. The hearts of those who do not believe in the hereafter are given to denial, and they are self-conceited. Without a doubt, Allah knoweth what they keep secret and what they make public. Verily, he loveth not the self-conceited. When one says to them, what hath your Lord sent down? They say, old world tales, that they may bear their own burdens fully on the day of resurrection, and some of the burdens also those whom, having no knowledge, they lead astray. Is it not a bad burden they will bear? Call those whom the angels call in while they are wronging themselves, and who then try to make peace, saying, we have not been doing any evil, will get the reply, yes, verily Allah knoweth what ye have been doing. Those who were before them plotted, but Allah came upon their building from the foundations, and the roof fell down upon them from above, and the punishment came upon them from whence they were not aware. Then on the resurrection day, he will humiliate them and say, where are my associate gods? Gods is in parentheses, it doesn't call anything gods, unless it's quoting and saying these people call things gods. In regard to whom ye have been causing schisms, those to whom the revealed knowledge has been given will say, surely today the humiliation and the evil are upon the unbelievers, those whom the angels call in while they are wronging themselves, and who then try to make peace, saying, we have not been doing any evil, will get the reply, yes, verily Allah knoweth what you have been doing. So enter the gates of Gehenna, therein to abide, bad is the abode of those who thought themselves great. One says to those who have shown piety, what hath your Lord sent down? And they reply, something good. For those who have done well, there is in this world a fine reward, but the dwelling of the hereafter is better. Good is the dwelling of those who show piety, the gardens of Eden, into which they shall enter, through which the rivers flow, wherein they shall have what they will. Thus doth the law recompense those who show piety. To those whom the angels call in, being good, they shall say, peace be upon you. Enter the garden for what ye have been doing. Have they any other prospect but that the angels will come to them? Are the affair of thy Lord will come? Those who were before them did likewise. Allah did not wrong them, but themselves they were wronging. So the evil of what they had done fell upon them and encompassed them, that which they had been making mock of. Those who have given Allah's associates say, those who have given associates say, had Allah so willed, we should not have served anything apart from him, neither we nor our fathers, and we should not have forbidden anything apart from him. So did those who were before them. But have the messengers any other duty than proclamation clear? We raised up in every community a messenger with a message, serve Allah and avoid tagut. Some of them there were whom Allah guided, and some there were upon whom error was justly laid. Travel about in the land and see what was the latter end of those who counted false the message. If thou art eager for their guidance, Allah guideth not those whom he sendeth astray. For them are no helpers. They have sworn by Allah as solemnly as they could. Allah will not raise him up who dies. Yea, it is a pledge upon him in very truth. But most of the people do not know, in order that they make clear, that he may make clear to them that in regard to which they differ, and that those who have disbelieved may know that they have been lying. What we say to a thing when we wish it is, simply to say, be, and it is. Those who have emigrated in the matter of Allah, after having been wronged, we shall certainly lodge well in this world, and the reward of the hereafter is greater, if they only knew. Those who have endured patiently, and upon their Lord do set their trust. We have not sent before thee any but men to whom we made suggestions, so acts the people of the reminder. If ye do not know, with the evidences and the Psalms, we have sent down the reminder to thee, that thou mayest make clear to the people what has been sent down to them. Mayhap they will reflect. Do those who have plotted things evil feel secure that Allah will not sink the earth with them, or that the punishment will not come upon them from whence they are not aware, or that he will not take them in their going to and fro, and they will not be able to frustrate him, or that he will not take them by way of giving them a fright. Verily your Lord is kindly and compassionate. Have they not considered the things which Allah hath created, whose shadows extend themselves on the right and on the left, doing obeisance to Allah and abject submission to Allah do obeisance? Whatever animals are in the heavens and the earth and the angels, they are not self-conceited. They fear their Lord from above them and do what they are commanded. Prostrate here. Allah hath said, take not two gods, he is simply one God. To me give reverence. To him belongs whatever is in the heavens and the earth, and his is the religion perpetually. Towards any other than Allah, then will ye show piety. Whatever pleasant thing ye have is from Allah. Then when hardship touches you, to him do ye roar. Then when he lifts the hardship off you, lo, a part of you with their Lord do associate others, that they may show ingratitude for what we have bestowed upon them. So enjoy life for a time. In the end ye shall know. They appoint for what they do not know a share of that which we have provided for them by law. Ye certainly will be questioned about what ye have been inventing. And they appoint for law daughters, glory be to him, and they have what they desire. When the announcement of a female child is made to one of them, his face becomes clouded with darkness, and he is full of suppressed emotion. He sulks from the people because of the evil of what has been announced to him. Shall he keep it with shame or hide it in the dust? Is it not an evil judgment that they form? Verily, those who do not believe in the hereafter are to be compared to what is bad, but Allah is to be compared to the highest. He is the sublime, the wise. If Allah were to take the people to task for their wrongdoing, he would not leave upon it a single animal, but he is postponing them to an appointed term. When their term comes, they will not get a postponement by an hour, nor in advance. They ascribe to Allah what they themselves dislike, and their tongues babble the lie, that the goodly reward will be for them. Without a doubt, the fire will be for them, and they will be hustled in. By Allah, we sent messengers to communities before thee, but Satan made their conduct seem fair to them. He is their patron today, and in store for them is a punishment painful. We have sent down the book to thee only in order that thou mayest make clear to them that in which they differ, and as a guidance and a mercy to a people who believe. Allah has sent down from the heaven water, and thereby revived the earth after it was dead. Surely in that is a sign for a people that will listen. Surely there is for you in the cattle a lesson. We give you to drink from that in the belly of which is a mixture of filth and blood, pure milk, pleasant to swallow for those who drink. You know, the milk is pleasant in them, but it's between others. And of the fruits of the palms of the vines, whereof you take for yourselves intoxicating drink and a fine provision, surely in that is a sign for a people who are intelligent. Thy Lord suggested to the bee, take for thyself of the mountain houses and of the trees and arbors that men erect, then eat of all the fruits and pass by the ways of thy Lord humbly. There cometh forth from their bellies a drink varied in color, which is healing for the people. Surely in that is a sign for people who reflect. So then do not coin for law any comparisons. Allah knoweth, but ye do not know. Allah hath coined a comparison, a servant enslaved, having no power over anything, and one whom we ourselves have provided with a goodly provision, and who then contributes from it secretly and openly. Are they on the same footing? The praise belongs to Allah. Nay, most of them have no knowledge. Allah hath coined a comparison. Two men, one of them dumb, having no power over anything, a weariness to his master. Wheresoever he sends him, he brings back no good. Is he on the same footing with one who urges justice, being set upon a straight path? To Allah belongeth the unseen future, the heavens and the earth, and the affair of the hour is only like a flash of the eye. Art is nearer. Verily, law over everything hath power. So Allah hath brought you forth from the bellies of your mothers, not knowing anything, and hath appointed for you hearing and sight and hearts. Mayhap ye will be thankful. Have they not seen the birds performing their service in the midst of the heaven? No one holding them but Allah. Surely in that are signs for a people who believe. Allah hath appointed for you from your houses a rest, and from the skins of cattle he hath appointed for you houses, which are light for you on the day ye strike them, and on the day ye set them up, and from their wools and their furs and their hair, furnishings and comfort for a season. Allah hath appointed for you from the things he hath created shade, and from the mountains he hath appointed for you refuges, and he hath appointed for you coats to protect you from the heat, and coats to protect you from each other's violence. Thus Doth he perfect his goodness upon you? Mayhap you will become Muslimeen. I'm not sure whether it's een or oon is the plural. You see the birds performing the service in the heavens, no holding them by the law, surely there is so if they turn away, thou art only responsible for the proclamation clear. They recognize the goodness of law, then they deny it, and most of them are the unbelievers. On the day when we raise up from each community a witness, and then no permission to speak is given to those who have disbelieved, and they are not asked for their approval. When those who have done wrong see the punishment, it will not be lighted for them, nor will they be respited. When those who have associated others with the law see their associate that they call gods, they will say, O our Lord, these are our associate gods, upon whom we used to call apart from thee. But they will retort upon them, Lo, ye are speaking falsely. They will offer to make peace with the law that day, and astray from them will go what they have been inventing. Those who have disbelieved and turned people aside from the way of the law, we have added to them punishment upon punishment for the corruption they have been causing. On the day we raise up in every community a witness regarding them from amongst themselves, we have brought thee as a witness regarding these people, and have sent down to thee the book as an explanation for everything, and as a guidance and mercy and good tidings to the Muslimeen. Verily Allah commandeth justice and kindness and giving to kindred, and he forbiddeth indecency and disreputable conduct and greed. He admonisheth you. Mayhap ye will be reminded to fulfill the covenant of the law when ye have taken it, and do not violate oaths after your having set law as guarantor over you. Assuredly Allah knoweth what ye do. Be not like her who unraveled her thread into untwisted strands after it was strong, regarding your oaths as merely intrigue amongst you, that ye may be a community more numerous than another. Allah is simply testing you thereby, and assuredly he will make clear to you on the resurrection day that in regard to which ye have been differing. If Allah had so willed, he would have made you one community, but he leadeth astray whom he willeth, and guideth whom he willeth, and assuredly ye will be asked about what ye have been doing. Never heard the Quran doesn't say that God leads people astray or anything like that. It says that God's not, they're not. Do not regard your oaths as merely intrigue amongst you, so that a foot slipped after it had been set firm, and ye taste evil for having turned people aside from the way of Allah, and for you there be in store a punishment mighty. Do not purchase small value at the expense of the covenant of Allah. Verily, what is with Allah is better for you if ye have come to have knowledge. What is with you fails, but what is with Allah remains, and assuredly we shall recompense those who have endured their reward for the best of what they have been doing. Whoever does uprightly, male or female, being a believer, we shall surely cause to live a good life, and we shall recompense them their reward for the best of what they had been doing. When thou recitest the Qur'an, take refuge with the law from Satan the stone. Verily he has no authority over those who have believed and upon their Lord do set their trust. His authority is only over those who take him as patron, and those who with him do associate other gods. Yes, if there's other gods. When we substitute one verse for another, Allah knoweth best what he sendeth down. They say thou art simply an inventor. Nay, most of them have not knowledge. Say the Spirit of holiness has sent it down from thy Lord in truth, that it may confirm those who have believed, and as a guidance and as good tidings to the Muslimeen. We know pretty well that they say it is only a human being who teaches him. The speech of him they hint at is foreign, but this is Arabic speech, clear. Verily, those who do not believe in the signs of Allah, Allah will not guide, and for them is in store punishment painful. It is really those who do not believe in the signs of Allah who invent falsehood. It is they who speak falsely. Whoever disbelieves in Allah after having believed except him who is compelled, his heart being still at peace in belief, but whoever relieves his soul by unbelief, upon them is anger from Allah, and for them is in store punishment mighty. That is because they have loved the life of this world more than the hereafter, and because Allah doth guide the unbelieving people. These are they upon whose hearts and hearing and sight Allah hath put a seal. These are the neglectful. There is not a doubt that in the hereafter they are the losers. Then verily thy Lord to those who have immigrated after having been tried, and who then have striven and endured, verily thy Lord thereafter is forgiving, compassionate, on the day when each one will come arguing in defense of himself, and each one will be fully paid what he has wrought, and they will not be wronged. Allah hath coined a comparison, a town which was secure and at peace, to which its provision came comfortably from every place, which then showed itself unthankful for the good gifts of Allah, so Allah caused it to experience the garment of hunger and fear for what they had been doing. There came to them a messenger from among themselves, and they accused him of falsehood, so that the punishment seized upon them while they were wrongdoing. So eat of what Allah hath provided you with as allowable and good, and show thankfulness for the goodness of Allah. If him ye serve, he hath forbidden you only what is found dead, blood, swine's flesh, and that over which any other than the name of Allah has been invoked. But if anyone is compelled without undue desire or deliberate transgression, verily Allah is forgiving, compassionate. And do not say because of the false talking of your tongues, this is allowable and this is forbidden, that ye may invent falsehood about Allah. Verily those who invent falsehood about Allah will not prosper. A little enjoyment of life, and for them is in store punishment painful. Those who Judaized, we forbade what we had recounted to thee formerly. We did not wrong them, but themselves they were wronging. Then verily thy Lord to those who have wrought evil in ignorance, and afterwards have repented and acted uprightly, verily thy Lord is thereafter is forgiving, compassionate. And by Judaized they mean the conservative, prohibitions. Verily Abraham was a community devout towards the law, a Hanif, but he was not of the polytheists, the associators. Showing thankfulness for his good gifts, he chose him and guided him to a straight path. We bestowed upon him in this world a goodly portion, and verily in the hereafter he is among the upright. Then we suggested to thee, follow the creed of Abraham as a Hanif, and he was not of the polytheists. The Sabbath was only appointed for those who have differed in regard to it. Verily thy Lord will certainly judge between them on the resurrection day as to that in regard to which they have been differing. Summon to the way of thy Lord with wisdom and goodly admonition, and argue against them with what is better. Verily thy Lord best knoweth him who errs from his way, and he best knoweth those who let themselves be guided. If ye take vengeance, take it only in the measure that vengeance was taken from you, but assuredly if ye endure patiently, it is better for those who patiently endure, and endure patiently. But thy power of enduring patiently is only in Allah. Grieve not over them, and be not in distress because of the plots they lay. Verily Allah is with those who show piety and those who are well doers.